it is the weekend. We're so super excited, and we're also excited to have the one and only Peter Jason come on the show. This guy is such a legend. I mean, he worked with legends such as, like, Orson Welles. I can only imagine what that experience was like, and we're going to get a little bit of that in our interview today. I'm so pumped for the up-and-comers to hear this one.
Hell yeah. You guys are definitely not going to want to miss the advice that this guy lays down about how to handle the industry and the changes in the industry. Definitely don't want to miss that. And oh my gosh, Memorial Day weekend, and what a weekend it has been. I don't know about you, but new Thor trailer. We got Top Gun Maverick soaring high at the box office. We got Obi Wan Kenobi. We got Stranger Things. Like, so much epic shit happened this week. I'm like a nerd in heaven right now.
It's a great time for pop culture, but man, oh man, it's going to be a crazy show. That's a little bit later. Now, let's get a little crazy. What's up, guys? It is episode 196 of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, you know your host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mal.
What's up?
Man, oh man, there's so much to talk about today. We have a whole bunch of Star Wars news. We got some Marvel news. Of course, we got Warner Brothers news. And man, oh man, you guys know we've been talking about, you know, the heads of these media conglomerates, like, kind of attacking their creators, I must say. Well, David Zaslav of Warner Brothers Discovery is attacking the one and only J.J. Abrams. I don't know what we're talking about. We'll dive deep into that a little bit later. But before we get this thing started, be sure to head over to our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, where you can start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. We got shirts, we got hats, we got everything for you. And also on our website, right here, right now, be sure to go there so you can start to watch our film, Deadlines. It will send you a link to Vimeo where you can create an account and finally be able to rent and or buy this amazing piece.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Deadlines page has been updated. It's got pictures from our red carpet premiere. It's obviously got pictures from the set, and like J-Lo said, it's got the trailer, and you just click. It's so easy. You just click on the trailer. There's a little icon up in the corner, takes you right to the spot to where you can rent or buy your copy, watch the whole film. We're already getting people doing that. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And we can't wait to have all of you buy and or rent it and join the conversation for what this film starts, man. It's so important.
It really is. It really is. But we have some somber news to start off the industry news with legendary actor Ray Liotta. He tragically passed away this past week, whose career came out in a breakout role, of course, in 1990s Martin Scorsese's crime classic, of course, Goodfellas. After co-starring in Field of Dreams, he has passed away at the age of 67. Now, he did die in his sleep in the Dominican Republic, where he was shooting a new film, Dangerous Waters. Liotta leaves behind a daughter, Kirsten, and he was also engaged to be married to JC Nieto. So it's a very tragic thing, and I mean, it was very unexpected.
Yeah. His fiance was with him, and just days, before, was taking pictures with fans and seemed very happy and seemed very lively. Nothing yet from the autopsy. We're hoping that it was natural causes. And when I say natural causes, when you pass away in your sleep and you're not really old, there's clearly some underlying health things there, which I think we're going to find out maybe heart-related. I don't know. But it is definitely a tragic loss. He was on such the resurgence with his career. I mean, if you look at IMDb, he had so much stuff coming up that he was currently filming. I mean, it's sad when you start to see this legendary actor, like you said, have this great resurgence and have it cut short. It's sad.
Agreed.
All right, let's jump over to Disney, and holy shit, do we have a lot of Disney news for you. Marvel, Star Wars, all kinds of shit. But let's get started with, of course, Marvel Studios, the bread and butter for Disney. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has, of course, towered over the box office charts for the past 3 weekends, adding another $31.6 million from 4,534 theaters this past weekend. Now, to date, Doctor Strange has generated more than $800 million at the global box office. And if it's able to sustain even a small amount of momentum, Top Gun might make that problematic. We're hearing it's going to come in number 2 to Top Gun. But if it can maintain just a little momentum, the superhero adventure could become only the second movie in COVID times to cross $1 billion at the box office after Yes, another Marvel movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. We'll see how it holds up this weekend. Like I said, Top Gun Maverick is expected to take the top spot, but we'll see.
Exactly. There's a lot of different stuff going down right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure everybody saw this past week the new Thor Love and Thunder trailer.
Maybe saw too much.
They saw that ass. Oh, man. But of course, you guys know the trailer dropped during the Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Go Celtics, revealing a first look at Christian Bale in this film as Gore the God Butcher.
Yes.
Now, Taika Waititi directed Marvel film is the sequel of obviously 2017's Thor Ragnarok and marks Thor's return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe following Avengers Endgame back in 2019. Now, of course, starring Chris Hemsworth in his title role, of course. It also stars Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and Waititi as Korg, and Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, of course, respectively. In her first appearance in the MCU since 2013 during Thor The Dark World. Following the fall of Asgard and the events of Endgame, Thor attempts to find his inner peace, but is hindered by the threat of Gore extinguishing all of the gods. Now, Thor enlists the help of Korg, Valkyrie, and Foster in his mission to team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy to defeat, obviously, the God Butcher. Natalie Portman, also revealed in the film, will show Jane Foster battling cancer in her human form while simultaneously wields, obviously, the hammer. Now, Thor Love and Thunder hits theaters July 8th, so be sure to mark your calendars on that, and I'm sure Paramount is taking a hard look on how many weekends Top Gun is going to be number one.
Exactly. So much to do. We didn't even mention Russell Crowe as Zeus, because he's killing all the gods, not just the Norse gods, but the Greek gods too. So he appears as Zeus, which is awesome. He's the one who strips Thor, if you haven't seen the trailer. But what I found most interesting about that is that they are going to go the cancer route storyline, which Natalie Portman hinted at a couple years ago, but now I guess officially confirmed, and that she's going to be bedridden with cancer while being Thor. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's going to be interesting, and I'm super excited for this film. I really am. All right, now, Disney and Lucasfilm, ahead of everything going on with Marvel, had their Star Wars celebration in Anaheim, California this week. During the presentation, there was a whole lot of television series news, but announcements for the franchise feature film landscape was about as bleak as the sands of Tatooine. So let's get into it. First and foremost, Obi Wan Kenobi is back. I'm sure you guys like us have already dove into that. Ewan McGregor, of course, has reprised his role as Jedi Knight alongside Hayden Christensen, who returned to his legendary role as Anakin/Darth Vader. And we do see him, no spoilers, but we do see him. The new 6-episode series, which also stars Moses Ingram and Rupert Friend, premiered, of course, this Friday. Limited series is, of course, streaming on Disney Plus exclusively. So if you don't have it, you have to sign up for a subscription in order to catch all of the episodes as they debut. Now, a regular subscription, though, does, and this is the good news, it does allow access to the entire season, in addition to, if you're a Star Wars fan, every Star Wars movie and show ever made, such as The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. So is it worth $7.99? Fuck yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Disney Plus has so much to offer, and also they have added a warning to the page of Obi-Wan Kenobi that shows some viewers may find certain scenes in the Star Wars series a little upsetting. The warning appeared to be in a response of the mass shooting, obviously earlier this week, at an elementary school in Texas that left 19 children dead. So they just want to be as respectful as possible in the wake of all of that, with it being a violent show. So it just makes sense.
It does. It kind of shows like I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it does involve a couple scenes with children in maybe not such good ways. So it makes sense that they put that warning on there. Okay, so now last week, remember, we told you that John Watts had said goodbye to superhero films for a little while. He wants to take a break, but not to panic, because he was staying with Disney and he was creating a new Star Wars series for Disney Plus. Remember? Well, this week we can tell you that the series will be called Skeleton Crew, and that Jude Law is going to be starring in it. That's freaking awesome. Now, as we've said, Skeleton Crew will take place during the post-Return of the Jedi reconstruction that follows the fall of the Empire, meaning it's in the same time frame as The Mandalorian. Any other plot details remain a secret right now, so will he show up in Mandalorian? Will they cross over? We don't know, but we'll keep you up.
For sure. And another one that's much anticipated, that is Andor. It's a prequel series to...
I swear to God, it's just coffee.
Exactly. To Rogue One. To set the star, obviously, Diego Luna will premiere on Disney Plus on August 31st with a 2-episode launch. That seems to just be the new forte now.
Yep.
It will have 12 episodes total, better than 6, but those 12 more episodes as well, making a 2-part series. So that's very exciting, and that will begin filming in November. Andor is set 5 years before the events of Rogue One, and it tracks how and why Kasan joined the rebellion as Empire aggressively expands its reach across the galaxy. Now, Part 2 will lead directly into the events of Rogue One. A new trailer showed a darker, grittier side of Star Wars and offered a first look at Stellan Skarsgård's rebel leader, Genevieve O'Reilly, Mon Mothma. So that is very exciting. There's a lot of stuff happening with that one. And especially Rogue One was the first film or project that came from Star Wars that showed that they could tell these stories without lightsabers. So that's why this is very important.
Yeah. And if you will, outside the Skywalker saga, taking place obviously within that time frame and stuff, but with no Skywalkers to be found. And it was one of the most successful films they've ever done. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so there's been all kinds of talk about Bryce Dallas Howard lately, right? Will she be in Fantastic Four? Won't she be in Fantastic Four? She's currently in Jurassic World. Obviously, she's a busy girl. But we do know one thing definitively. Bryce Dallas will indeed be back in the Star Wars fold. The actress-director is apparently directing an episode of Season 3 of The Mandalorian. This episode, guys, get this, will actually mark her 4th outing for a Star Wars series and cements her connection to the bounty hunting world. Now, as you guys know, Howard directed the Season 1 episode Sanctuary, the Season 2 episode The Heiress. She also helmed one of the standout episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, the Mando-centric episode Return of the Mandalorian, which only made sense. So she's a busy girl, and I like her. There's also talks of her possibly directing a feature Star Wars film in the future, so we'll see.
I could completely see it, to be honest with you. And I mean, speaking of The Mandalorian, we now also know we have a premiere date for Season 3, at least a premiere month, I should say. Din Djarin, a.k.a. Mando, and Grogu are coming back in February of 2023,
Ooh.
So that is very freaking exciting.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Okay, a little bit sooner than everybody thought. So also straight from the Star Wars celebration comes official word from Lucasfilm that the upcoming Ahsoka TV series for Disney Plus will feature live-action characters from Star Wars Rebels TV series. A sizzle reel of footage was shown at the end, which revealed that Hera, Ezra, and Sabine will all appear in the new TV show. Casting was only confirmed for one of those characters, though, with actress Natasha Leah Bordizzo set to play Sabine in the live-action. So that's awesome.
That is
because I know a lot
awesome.
of people were wondering how many more people would we see from the cartoon side into the live-action. Well, apparently a lot.
Exactly. And you remember, like, a couple months ago, we told you that Taika Waititi is going to take the helm of a Star Wars film. Well, we have a tiny bit more information about it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Not only is the Star Wars news like going crazy right now for obviously Obi Wan, Mandalorian, Andor, all these other things, but Taika Waititi directed a Star Wars film that will be his first feature to follow the rise of the Skywalker franchise and saga right there, and it's set to debut in December of 2023. Like I said, barely anything, but we have a little bit of a time frame, so that's very exciting.
I mean, that was the only Star Wars film news.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because remember that was supposed to be Patty Jenkins' time slot for her Star Wars film, but she had to back out because of obligations to Wonder Woman sequel, so that's interesting. But, okay, so it wasn't all Star Wars news at the celebration, though. You guys know Lucasfilm also does other things outside of Star Wars. Well, Lucasfilm also released the teaser trailer for Willow, the upcoming Disney Plus series that serves as a sequel to the 1988 fantasy film of the same name, of course. Now, returning stars Warwick Davis and Joanne Whalley, and the original film's director, Ron Howard, along with some of the new series cast, were on hand for the announcement, and they gave us this little juicy tidbit. Apparently, the new series will begin streaming right around the corner, November 30th on Disney Plus.
That's very awesome. I know a lot of people are excited about that, and I saw a little snippet that got me excited about it, even though I haven't seen the original film, so I'll have to watch it.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch it.
Oh man, and of course, talking about Star Wars, so let's talk about Harrison Ford. He shocked the Star Wars celebration with a surprise appearance to tease his upcoming Indiana Jones 5 film.
Not Star Wars.
No, not at all. The iconic actor came out on stage after John Williams' famously Indy theme played. The composer was on site and conducting a full orchestra for the event.
Epic.
James Mangold, who is stepping in for Steven Spielberg to direct the fifth installment of the Indy franchise, was also on hand and revealed a new poster for the upcoming film. That's very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana Jones 5 is slated to arrive in theaters June 30th of 2023. Ooh. Be sure to bring your walkers.
I'm not going to lie. The poster looked like Indy had a little, maybe the whip was now a walking stick. I just look at the poster. I mean, it's a badass poster, but I'm excited for it though. And I'm going to just go on the record right now and say it's going to be epic because James Mangold doesn't make bad films. He's one of my directing idols, and I'm telling you, I think this guy's going to knock it out of the park. Hey, this could potentially be really good news for Gilmore Girls fans. Maybe, I don't know, sort of. Why? Because apparently bad news for Handmaid's Tale fans. Alexis Bledel, Rory Gilmore herself, apparently will not return for the Handmaid's Tale Season 5. Bledel, who has played the key character of Emily/Ofclyn on the Hulu drama series in its first season since 2017, said in a statement, quote, "After much thought, I felt I had to step away from the Handmaid's Tale at this time. I am forever grateful to Bruce Miller for writing such truthful and resonant scenes for Emily, and to Hulu, MGM, the cast, and the crew for their support. During her 4-year run on The Handmaid's Tale, Bledel received 4 Emmy nominations and 1 win for her performance in the series." Now, long has since been the talk that they are trying. We know Miss Maisel's coming to an end. Long has been the talk they're trying to get another Gilmore Girls reunion thing going. So maybe this is a good sign.
It'll be very interesting. It'll be very freaking interesting. Well, it's not all Disney news this week, guys. Going over to Fox, Matthew Morrison will no longer be a So You Think You Can Dance judge after he failed to follow competition production protocols. It is not clear exactly what the competition production protocols were that led to his exit. Since the show has already started airing its 17th season, he will still appear in 4 episodes. So there's that.
Okay, I wonder what he did. Susan Sarandon and Fat Joe are set to lead the voice cast of the animated comedy series The Movers, which is in development at Fox. Now, The Movers is described as a half-hour workplace comedy that explores New York City through the dysfunctional employees of the 78th ranked moving company in Manhattan. The series is based on an original idea by Sarandon and her son, there you go, Jack Henry Robbins, who is also Timothy Robbins' son, and Daniel Ularkey. All 3 are credited as co-creators and executive producers, with Robbins and Ularkey writing the script. Fat Joe will also executive produce in addition to starring. So
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I wish it was like PG-13 or like rated R, because I mean, you can get some hilarious shit with
definitely can.
Animated work comedy. I mean,
especially since a moving company.
Yeah. Adults know. Adults know.